proved to be a single block of residential flats overlooking a recreation ground. It was, as they afterwards found, an adjunct to a larger estate of similar property situated down another road. A porter residing in the basement looked after the interests of Massingham Mansions. The business office was placed among the other flats. On that morning it presented the appearance of a well-kept, prosperous enough place. A little dull, a little unfinished, a little depressing perhaps. In fact, faintly reminiscent of the superfluous mansions that stand among broad, weedy roads on the outskirts of overgrown seaside resorts. But it was persistently raining at the time when Mr. Carlyle had his first view of it. "It is early to judge," he remarked after stopping the car, in order to verify the name on the brass plate. "But upon my word, Max, I really think that our ghost might have discovered more appropriate quarters." At the office to which the porter had directed them, they found a managing clerk and 2 coltish youths in charge. Mr. Carlyle's name produced an appreciable flutter. "The governor isn't here just now, but I have this matter in hand," said the clerk, with an easy air of responsibility, an effect unfortunately marred by a sudden irrepressible giggle from the least overawed of the colts. "Will you kindly step into our private room?" He turned at the door of the inner office and dropped a freezing eye on the offender. "Get those letters copied before you go out to lunch, Binns," he remarked in a sufficiently loud voice. Then he closed the door quickly, before Binns could find a suitable retort. So far it had been plain sailing, but now, brought face to face with the necessity of explaining, the clerk began to develop some hesitancy in beginning. "It's a funny sort of business," he remarked, skirting the difficulty. "Perhaps," admitted Mr. Carlyle, "but that will not embarrass us. Many of the cases that pass through my hands are what you would call funny sorts of business." "I suppose so," responded the young man, "but not through ours. Well, this is 11 Massingham. A few nights ago, I suppose it must be more than a week now, Willett, the estate porter, was taking up some luggage to number 75 North Anger for the people there, when he noticed a light in one of the rooms at 11 Massingham. The bag's face, though about 20 or 30 yards away. It struck him as curious because number 11 Massingham is empty and locked up. Naturally, he thought at first that the porter at Massingham, or one of us from the office, had gone up for something. Still, it was so unusual, being late at night, that it was his business to look into it. On his way round, you know where Massingham Mansions are, he had to pass here. It was dark, for we'd all been gone hours, but Willett has duplicate keys and he let himself in. Then he began to think that something must be wrong here. For here, hanging up against their number on the board, were the only 2 keys of 11 Massingham that there are supposed to be. He put the keys in his pocket and went on to Massingham. Green, the resident porter there, told him he hadn't been into number 11 for a week. What was more, no one had passed the outer door in or out for a good half-hour. He knew that because the door springs with a noise when it is opened, no matter how carefully. So the 2 of them went up. The door of number 11 was locked, and inside everything was as it should be. There was no light then, and after looking well round with the lanterns that they carried, they were satisfied that no one was concealed there. "You say lanterns?" interrupted Mr. Carlyle. "I suppose they lit the gas or whatever it is there as well." "It is gas, but they could not light it because it was cut off at the meter. We always cut it off when a flat becomes vacant." "What sort of a light was it, then, that Willett saw?" "It was gas, Mr. Carlyle. It is possible to see the bracket in that room from 75 North Anger. He saw it burning." "Then the meter had been put on again." "It is a locked cupboard in the basement. Only the office and the porters have keys. They tried the gas in the room and it was dead out. They looked at the meter in the basement afterwards, and it was dead off." "Very good," observed